Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 3 for 7 Days to Die Afterlife. Now, I've been kind of experimenting with the past two things that I did on looting because I find going through a house to be kind of, depending on who you are, it's either exciting or very boring. Um, Typically, we got a sweet treat thing, so I'm going to drink this. Our vitality gets a huge boost. Um, but yeah, I've been experimenting with the whole looting thing. So I think so far two things I've tried is one, completely editing the looting part out except for a few key details, and also what was the other one? Trying to splice together looting every single container. Now, there's a problem with that last method because it actually takes a long time. Um, so what I'm thinking about doing is, instead of keeping any of it in, I'm going to test it for, this episode or this, day, is loot everything and then at the very end show what all I have looted. Now, I'm sure some people will prefer different methods of editing for this, and I know that I will not be able to please everybody with the editing, so that's not my goal. It is to find out what works best for me to save me a little bit of time in the actual editing process, because over the weekend I edited both of my videos, and it does take quite a while to do when you're trying to, say, splice stuff together, because you're only taking out about 1 or 2 seconds per thing, and 7 days to die, each day is, about an hour, and then you figure there's a little bit of yap time that I do at the end of each video, where I pause the game and let out some kind of little spiel. So it tends to be, like, kind of long-winded, and I end up having to do a lot of editing that doesn't actually add a whole lot. So for this episode, each building I go through, I will be trying that, where I loot everything, and then at the very end, oh, there is stuff in there, okay. And then at the very end, I show a bunch of the stuff that I looted. So that might save me some time. We shall see. Okay, so I need to get another axe made, which requires more plant fiber. I also want to address some things I've talked about with Afterlife in the past. So, uh, I can't exactly remember a lot of the criticisms I've given the mod. Um, but the big one that I want to kind of address now is, I keep talking about how it feels like the game requires you to play a lot of days. I mean, like, a lot. And this is actually true. Um, Now, I don't know to the extent of how true it is supposed to be, but I do know I've watched, GNS, Gun Nerds and Steel. For people who don't know them, I highly recommend them. I'm sure you've probably heard them if you're checking out a little, small channel like mine. But if you haven't, go check him out. He does really good content. Um, he was talking about how Red, the mod author, the one who does this mod, actually prefers the playstyle being like that, to where there's a ton of, like, you have to do a lot of days of the game, like, up, possibly up to 100 or more, and that's fine. I think that's something I just have to keep in mind. I've given the game criticism on that, and I think that's kind of unfair. when, you know, it's intended to be that way. It just sucks because everybody has different play styles. And my play style doesn't typically want me going that far, like I've said before, and I think it was the day one video. I usually get to usually about week 4 before I start a new world every time I play 7 Days to Die, whether it's Vanilla, Darkness Falls, doesn't matter. Because that's around the time you start unlocking pretty much everything. Darkness Falls is a little bit of a different story because Darkness Falls has a lot of added content, but I've never actually gotten to the added content. And I think that's something that I need to go ahead and eat this. You know, just kind of keep in mind that it's not a mod problem, it is a me problem. My attention doesn't really go for that long when it comes to these games. Okay, so we still don't have a map, and I think I should fix that. So I might... There's a couple things I want to do today for day 3. I want to try and look for more vitality stuff. We have, what all do we have here? I have 6 tier 1s, 8 tier 2s, no tier 3s, no tier 4s, and T5 does not exist in the game yet. They don't have a T5 decor. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do not know where 7 and 8 come from. It must be upstairs. I don't, well, here's this. So that could be 7. This could be 8. And I can get rid of any extras because I do believe beyond, you know, the max you can have, there's no real point in having the extra decor. Because I don't think it gives you any scaled benefits after that. But we're gonna go ahead and take a bunch of these down. We'll move some downstairs. I'm a pretty big fan of stuff that hangs on the walls because they are just easier to place, really. Yeah, there's more T2 stuff up here. Nothing behind that. So, we got this plant here. I think it's fine to keep that there. I might even put this other plant down here. And so, how much do I have now? Still 8. From what? What did I not pick up? A question that very much eludes me. Is it stuff outside? I wouldn't think so. Maybe is there stuff like way up here that can count? No, doesn't look like it. So what else counts as T2? Because we got here. I'll start taking just everything down, and then I'll go ahead and I'll reorganize it, and I'll see you guys after that happens. See if I can figure out, you know, everything that's giving me benefits. Alright, so I'm back, and I've mostly settled on what I want. I got these 4 things on the outside of the room, the 2 couches, and some paintings, which lands us at the 8 of 8 for T2 and 8 of 16 for T1s, and we really want to bring that up. So like I said, I'm going to go look for some T1 and hopefully some T2 things to grab. I scrapped a couple of things that we have, the paintings, so I have a lot of broken glass here, and then I have some electrical parts from where I think it was a TV that I had dismantled, scrapped, but I'm going to explore some of the places that we've already explored to see if I can find some possible, you know, T1 or T3 things that are nice and homey, and then, you know, I'll edit me picking them up and then eventually come back here and place them down. I know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm assuming these two might be tier. Let's see if these count. Down here, 1 of 16. Let's see, where's the 1 coming from? Like, I wish there was a way to actually tell where the decorations are, you know, because it's kind of difficult to find them. Okay, so I am back and I have a couple of things, including a tier 3 item, which is this nice fancy looking skull. And then some pictures here, which we're just gonna toss on the walls. A diploma that's totally mine. A clock. Some plants. Let's pick this one back up. There we go. And now we have 15 of 16, 8 of 8, and 1 of 4. So just one more T8 will do it. Or, sorry, T1 will do, you know, it'll maximize our T1 gains. And then I forgot the other thing that I wanted to work on this video. That's pretty unfortunate, isn't it? Oh well, I'll figure it out, right? I do need food. I need water really bad. Because if you don't notice, I'm kind of losing a good chunk of thirst here. Go ahead and eat this. Some yummy nummy cat food. And see if I don't have water somewhere. Okay, unfortunately, I do not appear to have any sort of water. So let's go ahead and fill these up. Craft some boiling, or no, some of this. I need more wood to put in there, which I never remember where I put this stuff. Because it's not organized yet. It takes quite a bit to organize these things. Because you need, you know, the nails and stuff to actually build the wooden storage boxes. Which we can get one started, and I will see you guys when this is done, and I will head out to find more stuff. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to do this little POI right here. Try and figure out... Ooh, okay, so we're going to read that one. I don't care too much about scrap metal. It's pretty easy to get. Ooh, some grilled meat. That's nice. Good little bit of hunger reduction there. But yeah, I want to do this little POI, see if we can't maybe find coffee or something. I can drink some of this. It's going to get me a tiny bit drunk, but as long as we don't drink another bottle of it, we should be fine. I think it'll bring us up to 25%. I think it's like over 30% you get more, like, is when the signs of being drunk actually happens. I could be wrong. I've Never really drank that much in the game, but I did want to just overall kind of, you know, get the water that it gives. Okay, hopefully I don't die in here. So far, so good. Are you the only one in here? Seems like she is indeed the only one in here, so we got a few things we can loot.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so I got everything that I could from here, which of course isn't much. I got a sun hat, which seems to give some heat resistance. Pretty good for if we go to the desert biome, but I don't plan on doing that soon. Got this cookbook, which is great. We now know how to make cornbread, and I got a cooking pot, which is awesome. Or, sorry, cooking grill, which is great because it means we can actually make some food now. And also we got some soups for just in general giving us a little bit of thirst back without having to actually have water, which is pretty nice. I think that does make it pretty worth it, but at the same time, it's not going to give us back exactly what we need. I kind of want to tackle this POI, but I'm not sure how it's going to go. In general, things should go fine, but I think there's at least one instance where a dog will come at us, and it's not really going to be that bad. I might take a hit or two, but that POI most likely is not going to kill me. Hopefully that's not famous last words. But there might be some water storage in there that I can get water from. Also, I totally forgot that I just made this water. I picked it up at like the beginning of the day when this episode started. Oh, I forgot I had this. Where can I put it? Will it attach to the wall or it does not? Just put it on the floor. Burning candles surely isn't gonna hurt us, right? Okay, so I've got that going. And I'm going to make another campfire eventually. Need 10 small stones. Where are my stones? This way I can have a place to actually cook some stuff, so we're gonna have a ton of campfires. Some specifically for boiling water and some for other things. Now, I don't know if I have another cooking pot. I do play a different save file on my alone time. And, you know, sometimes I have more stuff there than I do on here, and it seems I do not have a second cooking pot, so for now, yeah, I think I'm going to do this POI, so we'll go ahead and give it a try. Hopefully I don't die. I hear a snake. So, 2 glue. Okay. Oops. I forgot that. So I think vanilla, they changed it, or unless something's just wrong with my install, but the power attack no longer does what it just did right there. It does the normal animation for harvesting now. It just deals more damage, but I always forget that in this mod, it still does it like the way I like it, which is how it's fast but takes a lot of stamina. But alright, let's go ahead and clear this out, or attempt to. Alright, and that is that. I believe that's everything killed. So we got all this loot to look forward to. Uh, and a bunch of... I know we got some water... a water container right here, which is nice. And then there was another water container. I need to open this door. Should be one on the other side of this, which is right here, I think, which also had one water in it. So there we go. So pretty successful. Took some minimal damage. I think I got hit twice, once by a boar and once by a normal zombie. So I'll go ahead and do my loot, and we'll calculate up everything that I got after.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so we're pretty full on inventory space, so I'm actually going to start meandering back to the base. It is just right here, so I'm going to go ahead and store some things and then go back and start some looting. This is a bunch of the stuff I got. We got this Fireman's Almanac. Learn emergency response driving skill to reduce collision damage to vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and scrap that one. We got a zebra cake, which I'm not going to eat because this will spawn in zombies. But it does give a massive amount of food. And I got these Shiraz, some beer, a lager, a lot of wood and stuff. So pretty good haul, I would say. And we're still not even halfway done with the loot. Well, we might be about halfway done with the looting in there, but we still got a pretty good amount to loot, more or less. And I should be able to build another, yeah, one of these. And then hopefully with the nails that I can still get back there, I will be able to build another one on top of that. So let's see if I can find something to store, because I want to show a little bit of a trick that I like. Are you able to... I don't know if you can fill up sinks, but I'll be... I'll show it after I loot all the stuff there. And I'm also going to wait on this and then go back and start looting, so I will see you momentarily.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so now we got the main loot. It is getting dark, so we're going to equip this torch just so you guys can see. I usually don't mind fumbling around in the dark. I generally have a good sense of where I'm going, but, content is better when you guys can actually see it. But we're going to go ahead and bust open all of this stuff, the main loot, because I haven't touched it yet. So let's see what's in here. Alright, now I'll go back to base and then we'll see what all we looted. Alright, so here we are back at the abode, and got plenty of stuff just from the things. And as much as I don't want to read the medical books, I kind of need to, because I want to be able to make at least the first aid bandages. I wish it wasn't locked by such a high amount, but the regular bandages, they don't heal at all. And I want the ability to at least craft them if I run low, especially because me being as bad as I am at the game sometimes is, it's kind of a requirement. I'm also going to craft 2 of these doors, so we can go ahead and put some doors down. And so jumping, learn how to jump and land quietly. So I'm going to read this one because I like being able to jump at a non-reduced height when I am, sneaking. Tool crafting. The tactical warfare assault rifle skill, I'm not going to read that one. We're just going to scrap it. And then scrap the pipe rifle. I believe... yeah, mine is better than that, so we're going to scrap that. Scrap the baton. I don't need this fortifying grip mod. I do want to put the door down though. One door is going to be here. And then the other door, I think I'll make it here. And we're going to bust this out. And then put it as close to this as I can, and then we'll fill that in a moment. I need to craft the planning tool, which I can already do. And then I want to craft the hammer, which again, I can also already do, which is good. So we're just gonna place these here. Now, it doesn't work like vanilla. You can actually move through these, so can zombies. They don't actually exist. When you switch off of the planning tool or a building tool, you can't see them. So you have to have either the planning tool or something that can upgrade it or build. I think certain building tools can only make certain things. So this is the wooden hammer. I think it can only make up to brick. And we're just going to build those up to this wood right here. Okay, so I need to make more pitch, which means I need resin. And I'm going to need more resin than that. Because I only have one pitch, and that's not enough to really get as much as I need. Because I need to build at least those 4 blocks. So we're going to just try and make pretty much as much charcoal powder as we can. I think I have some already, and yeah, here we are. So I've got 41. I have to make it in here. We're just gonna make 20. And that will allow me to make some basic wooden blocks. Unfortunately, you have to have the cooking pot to make it, which means we only have the one cooking pot, so I have to wait for this water to get done, and then I can upgrade those. But for the most part, this will work. Eventually, we might upgrade some things to cobblestone on the base floor, but as far as normal things go, that's fine. Because there's also this quest to it. I believe you get a perk point for it. And then there's this one. I've heard from plenty of people that the compass and the wristwatch and stuff are schematics you have to loot. And as far as I can tell from feedback that I've seen, basically no one has ever looted one. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I don't think we will be getting a wristwatch or a compass anytime soon. Even though it would be nice. But I'm not sure where you would find one or how rare they are. I just know, based on some comments that I've seen, they're basically non-existent at this current point in time. Oh, here. Oh, okay. So T1 and T2 here. I completely missed these. So these beds don't count as decoration, unfortunately. It'd be nice if they did. Probably scrap the TV. Honestly, if I can scrap the couch, I'd like to scrap that too. I can. 150 wood? Holy. It takes a long time to scrap though. But it's worth it when you have nothing else in your queue to really, do. Because we don't have anything else we need to craft. I do want to turn this leather hide into leather though, because we're going to need it for the forge that we will eventually get. I'm actually going to read these, not right this moment, but soon. Actually, go ahead and put, yeah, just like that. And there's not much else to do at this point. I'm going to kind of work on destroying more of this stuff, so I'll see you guys either in the morning or, you know, if anything exciting happens. Alright, you can see that I have a bunch of campfires now. There's 7 in total. I've got the pestle and mortar and pestle here. I'll move this one eventually, but I need to wait for all of this stuff to actually, you know, get done being made before then. We got the grill on this one, and ideally I'm going to have at least 3 water ones. I want 4 at most, and then the other 3 dedicated to actual cooking at any, you know, given time. And we're almost at enough to build another storage box, but not quite. I also made a bunch of bone, 170 of it, so we can make glue at some point. Well, a bunch of bone shards. Put the resin up. I made some cooking books, so now we are at 6 cooking, trying to get to 12 to make bacon and eggs, but essentially I just want really any of this, all of it. I want to get all the way up to coffee, so we can make coffee, but we can already make goldenrod tea, which is very good if we can get some normal waters, because if we have goldenrod tea, we can eat the sham sandwiches and it won't be a big deal, especially because I do believe, yeah, we took 2 points into Iron Gut, so we actually get minus 30% of this food poisoning resist, well, you know, gain. And let me see something real quick. So I think we only get like 21 food poisoning pressure now instead of 21% instead of 30%. It doesn't actually like update the thing to tell you how little it gives with the added perk, but that should be what we get. And then the goldenrod tea reduces it by I think 24%. So anytime we eat, 1 goldenrod should negate a whole entire thing there, which is very nice. Now let's also upgrade these. Alright, and there we go. It's pretty ugly, but hey, it's defense, so really that's all we need. And I'm gonna wait for a couple more of these to get done crafting, because you don't want to be out there without any. And store some of this other stuff. In fact, I may put some goldenrod tea onto the fire, so that way we can do exactly what I was talking about, because we're not in dire need of water, although it'd be good to have it soon. So this is where I really want a second cooking pot, so that, you know, if I'm making like pitch or something in one fire, I can still boil my waters and stuff in another fire without having to wait like 20 to 30 minutes. I think it is about to become day, which will be day 4, but oh, we got that new perk point, and I want to put it into decorator, because a lot of this other stuff is really nice, but when we're sitting here at home, I would like to be getting vitality. So we're gonna go ahead and get that, and then we're gonna put another point into it soon, because as you can see, we still do not have, like, we're only getting 0.52, whereas, you know, with all the stuff we have, we are getting 0.02 as a loss. So there are a couple of things you can do to combat that. Taking vitamins helps. Fulfilling wants help. And of course, surrounding yourself with very good decor. So let's see if this, yeah, see, this gives us a positive change. So now for an hour, I do 2 hours. We have an extra 0.21%, so we are gaining 0.1.8. So it's a very good way to keep track of your vitality, or to just like boost it while you're at home. But we are at the end of this episode, so I tried that one POI with the new editing thing, so tell me what you think in the comments if you prefer the loot splicing, where I splice me looting every single container in the house. If you prefer to see me not edit at all and just loot everything and yap while I'm doing that, or if you prefer the style where I just loot everything, go back to base, offload stuff, show everybody what I've got, go back, loot again, and then eventually show the actual end game chest and see, you know, what kind of loot is in that. Just any of those three methods. Tell me which one you prefer. I'll try my best to, you know, take the criticism or feedback as best as I can. Again, I'm still pretty new to the whole editing aspect of videos. I'm used to streaming where I've barely edited before, except for maybe splicing streams together where like power cut out for a second and I had to restart a stream, so I put the two streams together and then upload it to YouTube. So this is kind of different for me. 7 Days to Die isn't the only thing I'm going to play, but it's probably the main thing I'm going to play for now. I want to get finished on the vanilla one. I want to do this one, and there's a new mod that I have seen. I've played about 2 days of it called District Zero, that I want to also start doing. So I'll probably start working on that soon. But until we get done with this, I'm kind of pretty much just going to focus on Afterlife for a little bit and see what we can get done here. But maybe I'll do like one or two videos of the other two a week if I can. And Vanilla 7 Days to Die is very dependent because I think I don't have the file for day 8 anymore, which is unfortunate. Oh, actually, I do have it. It's good, so that means I can edit that when I'm at work a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. So this was day 3. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you liked the video, consider hitting that like button. And if you want to see more, please, go ahead and consider subscribing. I also stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Friday nights, usually around anywhere starting from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. So if you ever want to drop by and say hello, I play a variety of games. Currently, it is October, so I've been doing some spooky stuff. I think tonight, well, actually, I shouldn't give the what game I'm playing because this is probably going to be uploaded like a week later from my recording it. So I will go ahead and, anyways, I will see you guys in the next episode. So bye bye and see you guys for day 4.